What's going on, guys and girls? It's GhostRobo, and I've got a really weird, freaky story for you today. You'll probably notice that the videos just stopped cold. They pulled into the station, and then nobody moved for like a week. But that wasn't by design, I promise. In fact, we just hit a really good groove. We busted through Spider-Man. We were rolling through Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I felt like I achieved normalcy for the first time all year, probably. And then I got an illness that nobody gets. In fact, I don't know anyone that even knows anyone that's ever had this who didn't exist in a storybook. And it happened during a pretty busy week. It was Assassin's Creed Odyssey week, and that game just didn't want to get played by me. About a month ago, I flew to San Francisco, recorded the first 6 hours. All of my footage was corrupted. All of it. Possibly the most frustrating YouTube thing ever. And then review code comes in, and I get this weird illness. So Ubisoft, I'm sorry, I didn't intend to skip over the biggest game of your fall, but it just like wasn't in the cards. It wasn't meant to be, and not by choice. Boy, not by choice. Let me run this down for you with visual aids that are a little gross, but like if you can deal, it's like the thing that, it's the kind of thing you gotta see to believe. First though, if you ever have a very sore throat and you do not know why, I implore you to go get it checked out. Because even though this is super rare and it was super random and super unlucky, I don't want this to ever happen to anyone else. So if you've got a very sore throat and you don't know why, you should probably get it looked at. I had a real bad sore throat for about 3 or 4 days. I had a few other symptoms, like I was a little congested, I had maybe a low-grade fever, but I thought I was out of town, I can just roll with the punches, I can deal with this, swallowing sucks, but I'll get through. I woke up on the 4th day and my throat didn't hurt. I thought I was in the clear. I thought I was good. I was like, great, like I powered through. I toughed it out. I didn't even need a doctor. No. I did not. I started noticing dots on my hands. And just to set this up, like I'm a very paranoid, hypochondriac type person when it comes to my body. Like all of my anxiety I've ever had stems from my fear of death. And it's not from some external source chasing me, coming to get me. It's all internal. It's like game over for me is the big worry. And anything weird with my body always makes that flare up. So when I started noticing dots on my hands, I was like, okay, allergic reaction, something with the weather, heat rash. Those dots, though, started to quickly spread. Hands, elbows, I noticed them on my feet. Something clearly was wrong. And I was starting to get really worried because this is not normal. And those dots started expanding. And this is happening like rapidly. Like by the hour I'm taking photos as you're seeing, and it's getting notably worse. Notably. I look in the mirror, it's all on my back. I'm starting to really panic because my face, I can tell, is getting flushed. My lips are starting to swell. It's crawling up my ears and it's getting ugly. This is like bright red splotchiness just starting to take over my entire being, and I'm freaking T-virus, Z-virus, L-virus, P-virus, C-virus, E-virus, G-virus. What is going on? I'm looking all over the internet. Never a good idea. There are a lot of symptoms and there are infinite reasons, and the internet will convince you of all of them. Not a good look for someone who's freaking out. But I didn't know what was going on. I was out of town, and I got to a point where I was like, okay, I have to go to a doctor. I gotta get to a ready med. I gotta get to an urgent care. Something is up. It is spreading like wildfire. Almost quite literally. By the time I got to the doctor, guys, it was all over my neck, all over my back, all over my butt, all over the backs of my kneecaps, all over my elbows, all over my forearms. It had spread to this splotchy red, insane thing that literally entombed my entire body like a zombie. Thankfully, the doctor at the Ready Med was a good doctor, and she ran a strep test even though my throat wasn't currently sore. That came back negative, which was weird, but there is some room for error, and she said, I gotta go with what I see, not with what it says. Your tonsils are swollen, your throat is incredibly red, you definitely had strep throat. And it went untreated, which led us to where we were with this molten fire rash all over my body. And she said, you, my friend, have Scarlet Fever. Which is something that you hear about in boxcar children's style books from centuries ago, and it took people away and they never returned back before antibiotics and back in the olden days, but it is, in fact, a very rare thing today. Like 10,000 to 20,000 cases, it happens. And basically what goes down is strep throat, a certain strain goes untreated and it poisons your body and then it reacts through your skin. It was the freakiest thing ever. It continued to spread after I saw the doctor, all over my chest, all over my stomach. So insane. Dark, red, on fire. It is itching like crazy, and not like an itch like a mosquito bite itch that you want to keep itching because it's annoying. Like this was like a burning itch, like burning. Every time I itched, burning my body, and like I could not sleep. It was waking me up every couple minutes. I'm terrified. I freaked out. They gave me antibiotics for the strep bacteria. They gave me steroids for the rash, and I flew home as soon as I could, as soon as I wasn't contagious. Did get a lot of weird looks in the airport, and rightfully so, because like I've never seen something just like eat you like that. It just like swallowed me. I don't know what the percentage would have been, but I wish I could have ran like some weird like video game body scanner to see what percentage of my body was covered in this. And I was legit like terrified for my life, which maybe sounds hyperbolic, but I had no idea what it was for a long time, and it was spreading so rapidly. I'm doing the Blanche test, which is like where you press on your skin to see if the rash will fade, if you'll go back to sort of skin color. So if like I could see like white, yellow, like I knew I was good. And you're supposed to do it like a glass, like a drinking glass, and if you press it and get that fade, you're good. But if you still see the red spots or whatever the rash is, it's worrisome. And like I'm freaking out, like do I have meningitis? Is this some like life or death thing? What's going on? The weirdest part was I didn't really have the fever. I just had the scarlet. So I was freaking. It blanched. I was okay. I got home, my parents wanted to go to the ER because it just like was that intense. It's unlike anything I've ever seen or anyone around me had ever seen. That fast, that intense, that hard. And for like the first 24 hours, the antibiotics weren't really doing anything. Like the steroids weren't really working, and it was spreading, not receding. So I was freaking, but like they said it was gonna take 48 hours. I got a second opinion. They said it was scarlet fever. It had to be. Like all the tried and true symptoms when I did the research of like flushed face, swollen lips, like in the pattern it was on my face, all over my back and my butt, and where it was on my, you know, like the backs of my kneecaps and the inner sides of my elbows, and like this like bumpy rash that splotches and like itches like crazy, and it's fire red and or scarlet red or just freaking red. But it was terrifying. And I don't know, like I get in those modes, and like when mortality becomes a thing, I'm like, please just get me through. All I care about is like survival. And so I couldn't do anything. I honestly didn't feel that bad internally, which is the thing that kept me sane, because I was like, okay, my body is saying like I'm probably okay. It's just this external rash that is clearly a crazy reaction. And it was an illness. Like it is, scarlet fever is a bad thing. But like the fact that my body wasn't internally like collapsing, I knew like I was going to be okay, and that kind of kept me mentally from like losing it, because it just was that freaky. So I had to take care of myself. It kind of just like took over for a while. So I'm sorry, like I obviously missed out on Assassin's Creed Odyssey, but like I had to put that first, as I'm sure anyone would have. It was just so weird. I was worried I was going to miss the Fallout 76 event in West Virginia. Luckily, like the day before, it started to really start receding. It started to really start fading. And like you can still see, like I have some like, it supposedly takes like 2 to 3 weeks to fully go away. But you can still see like there's some discoloration. Like it's still kind of red. I don't know. It doesn't really play on camera. Maybe it does. But it's still there. And it's peeling all over my back. My face is already peeled. My neck and back are peeling. My ears are already peeled. I'm worried my legs and arms are going to totally peel, which is going to be really uncomfortable, like snakeskin style. But I'm just glad it's gone. I'm glad it's over. I would never want that for anyone, because like just like the weirdest thing ever to see your body get rapidly overtaken by red spots and splotches and have it itch and be this molten fire all over and not know why. It just freaked me out so bad. It was such a scary experience, and so freaking weird. I'm so glad I was able to go to the Fallout 76 event. I'll have videos for that soon. I don't think I can say exactly when, but it's really soon. We're almost to our reclamation day to open that vault, and I got a lot, so that's going to be great. I didn't even want to talk about it. Like, I didn't post about it, really. I didn't want to make a video because I was that afraid of what was going on. Like, before I got it, like, diagnosed, and even after the ReadyMed doctor, just because, like, it's ReadyMed, and I was still so concerned and so confused, and just to see my body reacting in this way, like I didn't want to, like I really didn't even want people to look at it. Like when I got home, I didn't even like I was like, please mom, don't look, like it's so weird. And I was so afraid of it, and I wanted to wait till it was like gone, and I was like, oh, I could breathe in good before, like I'm tense even like before I made a video or like talked about like why I just stopped videos for a week. But like I felt like you needed to know that it wasn't some crazy mental breakdown, and it wasn't like haha I got bored, or it wasn't like just decided to skip stuff or just decided to be dumb. Like it was intense. So that's my Scarlet Fever story. Weirdest experience, and not one I recommend for anyone. Do not ride this ride ever. You probably won't. Like I said, it's super rare. So if you're like paranoid anyway, you'll probably never even encounter it, let alone have it happen. So you're good. It's all good. But if your throat does hurt, you should probably go get it checked out. I regret not doing that. I thought I was fine. I thought it was just like a cold, but I should have known. Like for my throat to hurt that bad, it had to be strep. But we're good now. We're going to get on those Fallout 76 videos. They're going to be awesome. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Although it's like kind of a weird video, I guess, to enjoy. So I hope you watched. And until next time, drink some hot chocolate, which now I can drink again. For a while, I wanted nothing to do with heat. It was like hot, like to the touch. And water, weather, food. I didn't want any drink. I didn't want anything hot. And now like I'm like, okay, I can take showers and feel normal again because my skin is not hot. For a while though, I was like, oh my God, like I can't. We gotta keep it cool. And I did for a while, but it's good now. Thanks again. Have a fantastic day, everybody. I'll see you on Fallout 76. Until then, drink some hot chocolate, and we will see you all later.